guys, welcome back to my channel. I recently posted an Instagram photo asking you to ask your questions and I was going to sit down and answer them. I'm doing a really casual Q&A, but I get pretty much the same questions over and over again and thought it'd be fun to sit down and share my answers with you guys. So I'm going to jump right into it. The first question is, what do you do to stay in shape? What is your diet, workout, health routine? As far as my diet goes, I eat pretty healthy. I definitely don't do any fast food, and I do a lot of fresh food, as many vegetables as possible. I recently had a post, I don't know if you guys remember, but I'm trying to think when I did that. Probably in August, I did a post. I did a 30-day vegan challenge, and since then, I haven't eaten meat. I've eaten sushi here or there, but I definitely don't eat meat on a daily basis. I eat a lot of vegetables. And as far as my workout routine goes, I do high-intensity interval training about 5 days a week. The next question is, what's your ethnicity? So I am half Argentinian, and I'm half, I think, a little bit of German. I'm not for sure. Where did you go to college? I went to college at the University of Laverne, and I majored in political science. What advice would you give to a blogger who's looking to have success in the industry? I think the main thing that helped me is the consistency, whether it's on your blog and on your Instagram, and also the networking. That's really huge. Building the relationships in this business is always, it's like with any job, it's the same way. About how long does it take you to get ready every morning? It takes me about, I would say, 45 minutes with my makeup and my hair. My hair is actually really curly, and this is a little bit straighter because I went to the salon recently, and so they know how to blow dry my hair like I don't know how to. But I would say, yeah, about 45 minutes. My hair takes the longest. How long did it take you to become successful? Did you ever want to quit? I feel like this is so subjective because I always feel like I could be doing more and moving forward more with my career and just the place I'm at. But I did feel that when I quit my job, when I was working in my corporate job, and about a year and a half after I started my blog, I was able to replace my income, and I quit that job and I was able to blog full time. And that, I feel like at that moment I was really motivated to keep going because I did see a big change in what I was doing from when I first started to then. But I feel like that was probably a moment where it really clicked for me, where I felt like I had really made progress. But every day I'm not like, oh, I'm successful, I've done it. Like, I feel like it's like that with every job. What would you be if you weren't a blogger? I would be a detective. I think that would be so fun. Not fun, but I think it would be really interesting. I would love to work on cases, and I think I would have, going back, if I had to do college again, I think I would have done criminal justice. I think that just sounds eye-opening. What is one beauty product you can't live without? This is gonna sound a little strange because it seems like it'd be a little more fancy, but I can't live without Vaseline. And mainly because my lips get chapped, and I'm a freak about making sure I have my chapstick with me. So, and I usually carry like the little tiny travel one. Yeah, I literally can't live without it. How did you start getting invited to fashion shows? So a lot of the times it's from building my relationship with the brands, and also, like I said earlier, it's a lot going back to networking and meeting and just building those relationships with the designers and the brands of the shows you want to attend. What is your favorite place in the world? Well, clearly I haven't been everywhere in the world yet, but maybe I will one day. But as far as right now, I think my favorite place that we visited last summer was the Amalfi Coast. I had so much fun there, and it was such a fun family trip that I have the best memories from there, mainly because it's beautiful, but also because we didn't really have an agenda and we just used the day to explore and eat a lot of food. How did you get into fashion? Has it always been your plan? It was never my plan as far as a career, but I have always loved fashion and always kept up with different shows. I would go on Vogue.com. I had all the magazine subscriptions, but I never really thought it could be an actual job for me. I was planning on being an attorney all throughout college, and even in high school, I prepped my applications for that career. So I wouldn't say that I ever planned on being in fashion. And as far as how I got into fashion, was just from starting my blog. I carried over that passion I had for it and just started showing what I was wearing and what we were doing. So I think from that is where I am today. What is your favorite accent color? Obviously, I don't wear a ton of color, But lately I feel like I've been incorporating more red into my wardrobe, and I'm more drawn to that when I'm shopping or when I'm out and about. So I would say red right now. What do you use to take and edit your photos? So for Instagram, a lot of the times I use my iPhone. I have the iPhone 10, but we also switch off between the Canon and our Fuji. So it kind of depends on the lighting or where I'm at, but I would say those three are the most. And what I use to edit my photos, I use Visco and Snapseed. I love those two editing apps on my phone. We also use Lightroom here and there, depending on, like I said, the lighting or the background location. What is your favorite store? I would have to say it's a department store online. So whether it's Barney's or Nordstrom, Saks, I don't feel like I have a favorite store. It's more because of the convenience of all the brands being there at one place. So whether I'm online or in-store, I shop online more actually than in-store, but I like going to those kind of sites that have everything there that I'm looking for. Next question is, what is your favorite drugstore makeup? Right now I've been obsessed with Soap & Glory, the Thick and Fast mascara. The next question is, what are 3 things you couldn't live without? This one is, obviously there's things like oxygen and water that obviously I couldn't live without, but on a day-to-day basis, I definitely can't live without my phone, my family, and caffeine. This is one that I think I get asked so often. This one is, how tall am I? And I'm 5'10", but I feel like the thing when people meet me in person, the first thing they say is, wow, you're so much taller than I thought. I'm like, I'm a beast. Next question is, how old am I? I am 31. My birthday is November 23rd. And I am a Sagittarius. If you could eat only one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? This would be chips and salsa for me. I cannot get enough chips and salsa. What are things you look for or impress you about brands that you consider working with? The one thing for me about working with brands is I will only feature items or recommend products to you guys that I've tested and I've used myself and that I feel comfortable shopping on their website as well. So for me, it has to be a brand that, like I said, I've tested, and the ethics of their company, the quality of their product. I just really want to make sure that when you guys come to my site or come to my Instagram, you're going to feel confident in the things that I'm recommending to you guys, that I've used it myself and I've tried it out. How old were you when you began your blog? I had just turned 27. The next question is, what item of clothing do you think women overpay for the most? And what cheaper version of said item gets the job done just as well as the pricey one? I think the main thing that people overspend on is, I don't know how to say this, but cheap clothing. So in the long run, you may be thinking you're spending like, oh, $15 on a top or $10 on a top. But if you're buying so many quantities of that and they're falling apart and they're just not holding up and not even looking as great after you've washed them multiple times, I think you end up spending more that way just by like feeling like you're having more clothes, but they're actually not lasting or looking as great. So I think for me, it's been really important to like invest in some quality pieces and not have as many items, but using those pieces to mix and match and really have them as staples in your closet. If you could spend the day with anybody, dead or alive, who would it be and why? It would be, for me, Steve Jobs. I am so intrigued by his personality and what he built. And I would love to just pick his brain and sit down with him and get a little glimpse. Would you have another kid? Right now, I'm not ready to have another baby. I feel like we're doing so much right now, and Jaden's in a great age where she loves to travel with us, and she's pretty independent as well. So I think it is in the plans down the line, but right now, I don't really feel the urgency. I really don't have baby fever, so I'm just gonna go with my gut on that one. The next and final question is, how do I keep my hair healthy with all the heat styling? I use a heat protectant spray daily, so I use it before I blow dry my hair and also before I use a curling iron, and I feel like that's really helped keep my hair sealed from the heat products. But I also think it really makes a difference on eating healthy and making sure that you're getting the vitamins for your hair. I mean, I notice when I have more vitamins, my hair and my nails feel stronger. So I think that really helps too. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope I answered the majority of your questions, and would love to sit down and do this again. If you guys feel like it was helpful, comment below. Would love to hear your feedback. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys next time.